Afternoon, I'm Jeffrey here at JTech in Jacksonville, Florida in the diesel program. Today I'm going to go over how to use this Bosch ACS 6620H to do a AC recovery and recharge, as well as a vacuum and leak test. We're going to just go over the process because we don't want to actually recycle and recharge this vehicle. So our first step is to connect the hoses to your AC lines. And you've got your high and your low, so you're going to go ahead and connect these. These are just quick fittings, so you just lift it up, snap it on, let it down, and you got a good fitting. And you just find these. You'll have your low side, your high side. It's going to be in a different place in every vehicle, so you just have to track those down. Press it down in here. Alright, once you got those on, you go ahead and turn these. These are Schrader valves, so you're going to turn these clockwise, and that's going to open it up by pushing the screw down and opening up the valve. Once those are open, you'll have be able to flow the refrigerant through the machine, and that'll let us do our recycle, recharge, and everything else. So once you have your machine connected, you're going to notice, and your valves, you're going to notice, you'll be able to see your pressures. You also have a digital readout that'll tell you what your pressures are, how much refrigerant you recovered, and the other information you'll need. So the first step is, if you're going to do a complete recycle test and recharge, you just go ahead and go with an automatic option here. That'll walk you through the whole process of recycling the refrigerant. It'll tell you how much was pulled out of the system. It'll also tell you to capture the oil that comes out with your refrigerant, which is always going to be a little bit, so you're just going to make sure you don't lose too much. And then once you've recovered the refrigerant, it's going to go through the process of pulling a vacuum on the system and then waiting to see if the vacuum is stable. That way you'll know if you have any leaks, and if the vacuum is stable, then it'll go ahead and do a recharge, putting good new refrigerant into the system. It's a pretty straightforward system. So like I said, if you're doing the complete process, you'll go with automatic. Now if you just want to do a recycle and pull the refrigerant out, like say you were going to replace the compressor, or you had to replace some lines, hoses, or something like that on the system, you just do a recycle. Now that's going to take all the refrigerant out and store it in the unit, and then you can go in and replace whatever parts are bad or simply worn. And once you do that, everything's put back together in the machine. You can reconnect these, and then on the Bosch here, you can do a vacuum. What that'll do is it's going to go through and pull all the air, everything out of the system, create a vacuum in there, and it's going to try and hold that vacuum. And that's going to test to make sure you have no leaks in the system, because the refrigerant is considered hazardous to the ozone, so it's very controlled by the EPA, so we need to make sure that you're not releasing any to the atmosphere. So you'll pull a vacuum using the machine, and it'll hold it, and you'll be able to read your pressures, make sure that you're actually getting a good vacuum. And once you've done that, you can recharge the system using the charge option. Simply follow the directions for your vehicle, locate, it's either on your vehicle or in the manual. It'll tell you how much refrigerant. You enter that into the machine, and it's going to do all the charging for you, and it's going to do the final testing. And at the end, it'll even take the refrigerant out of the hoses. Once that's done, you can close the lines, remove them from the vehicle, and that should be pretty much the whole process. It's pretty straightforward. It's all automated. You just have to know the basic information, what type of oil your system uses, how much refrigerant you need to have, and making sure that there's no leaks in the system. Has any work been done? As long as you can verify those things, this machine can take care of the rest. Thanks for watching, and have a great afternoon.